All right, welcome back to the show. 9:30 in the studio. In the studio with me, I have Mr. Clark and Mr. Keynes. For those of you who are viewing, you can see them. And for those of you who would like to see the show, you can do so via our social media platforms. You can either try Facebook or you can try YouTube. This morning, we're going to be discussing government auxiliary workers in the fire and rescue services in particular. Mr. Keynes is an auxiliary worker and he'll be joining us this morning. Let's make sure his mic is working. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, JQ. Good morning to the listening and viewing audience. Happy to be here this morning.
Welcome back again on the with a different hat this time.
Yes, a real different hat.
Yeah, and let me say good morning to Mr. Clark. How are you doing today, sir?
Good morning, I'm fine. Good morning to you, GQ, and the ZIZ fans.
Great. Welcome. All right, let's get right into our conversation. And of course, the line will be open, or the lines, I should say, 465-1977, 465-1903, and 662-8674. Those are the numbers for you to get in and to be a part of the conversation. You might have a question, or you might be interested in being an auxiliary worker as well. So, Mr. Clark, I'm going to let you open up the conversation, and then I'll bounce over to Mr. Keynes, if that's okay with you.
Yes, it is, GQ. Good morning. As you know, that we have the things anyway, Fire Rescue Services, we have a number of government auxiliary employees attached to the Fire Rescue Services for a number of years now. They have been doing a very splendid job. Mostly do alert room operations, that they accept calls and dispatch the units. Once you have that task, the information has to be correct. And you have to have the knowledge of both St. and Nevis. We don't want to hear a call coming and say old road and we say new road. You see? So they are very much trained. They are very much polite, respectable, trustworthy. GAE workers. So here this morning I reach out to Mr. Keynes, just update the general public person might want to know who are those persons working with the fire officers. So he will chime in. He has been here for a number of years. So he's looking forward to become a full-time member in the Fire Rescue Services. So let's give him a little ear to hear what he has to say, and we can encourage others to join, to be a part of this happy family that we have in the Fire Rescue Services.
So let's start right there. What inspired you to become an auxiliary member of the Fire and Rescue Services?
Well, I was in the Fire Rescue Services. I was on step at first, but for personal reasons, I took a different path. And after the whole pandemic and the whole shutdown, I was working, during that time, I was working on the compliance task force. And when that was dismantled, most of us were placed in in different areas, different work areas. So I was so happy to be back at Fire and Rescue Service, where I can contribute once again to the people of St. and Nevis.
Okay. Talking about being at the Fire and Rescue Services, can you explain to us what you do on a day-to-day and what your responsibilities look like?
Well, on a day-to-day basis, for the auxiliaries, we are the first point of contact in terms of emergencies. So when someone calls the Bastille Fire Station, Sunny Point, or Tabernacle, or the other stations in Nevis, we are the first point of contact. So therefore, as auxiliaries, you have to be respectable when it comes to the phone. So as auxiliary, you answer the phone in a polite way, like, "President, good morning, Bastille Fire Station, Kane speaking. How can I help you?" And sometimes we have some calls that persons might be panicking, they might be frightened, because it's an emergency. They want the Fire Rescue Service to be there one time. But we, as the first point of contact, we help to calm them down, so we can get the full information that we need to pass on to the shift. So when they go out, they know where to go and what to do.
How would you describe your role as an auxiliary worker compared to a full-time firefighter? What's the difference?
Well, there's no difference, because all aspects of the job is very important. Even if you work by the desk, sometimes we get opportunities to go out on the truck to assist as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to learn while we're working as well,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're auxiliaries. So our part of the job, there's no difference.
Does that apply to training as well? Is the training the same? I mean, full time.
Well, the training is not the same. It's not the same, but for me personally, I am happy that I can play a part in going on the truck and assisting as well. In that way, I get to learn. As I said, I was there before, so I know some stuff, but I'm learning more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really that different.
Have you ever thought about applying to be full time?
Yes, I thought about that. I did that many times before, but I'm just being patient. Patience is a virtue, so I'm just being patient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if many persons know, but almost every year for the past 2 years now, I've been competing in the jail competition.
I've seen you, man. I've seen
in the
you.
Independence Jail competition.
I've seen
Yeah.
you. I've seen you.
Representing Fire and Rescue Services, which I'm very proud of.
Mm-hmm.
So, therefore, it's good when you volunteer as well.
Mm-hmm.
People get to know you. People get to see your values.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're an auxiliary workers, people get to know and see what you can do, what you see your potential. So if you sign up now, you're already there in the system. If you sign up to say you want to become a full fire officer,
Mm-hmm.
they have the idea. This man doing all this work, he look like he has potential. So let me take a chance on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I do what I do.
I honestly thought you were a firefighter.
See,
Yeah.
that's the thing too. I don't tell people I'm an auxiliary officer
Mm-hmm.
because that's not where I want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to become more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I aspire to inspire.
Mm-hmm. You speak it into existence.
Yes.
I agree with you. In what ways do you feel your work contributes to the safety and the development of the Federation?
Well, sometimes persons call, let's say they want to start a fire
Mm-hmm.
in their yard, but they have to get permission from other places.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, as we're on the phone talking to them, we direct them and tell them, well, this is what you're supposed to do,
Mhm.
and this is what you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they can't put themselves in danger, and then the fire and rescue services have to come and, save them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, although we answer the phone, we still educate.
Right. So your contribution is more on the education path.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How do you support other government departments or emergency services during major events or disasters?
Well, in terms of let's say accidents, the accident call might come in. Somebody might be trapped in a car. We get a call from telecom,
Mm-hmm.
and we take the information from telecom. Sometimes we get sometimes we assist the EMS.
Mm-hmm.
We get the call from EMS as the auxiliaries, those who working by the desk, pass on the information to the shift supervisor who is working at the time. So that's the contribution we make.
Okay, so sometimes you work with the EMS, sometimes you work with the police as well.
Yes, with police as well.
How many agencies do you collaborate with? Can you say offhand?
I would say almost every agency.
Wow.
Almost every agency.
Wow. Wow.
Bec-
Who are some of your key working partners on the job?
Who?
Mm-hmm. Who are? Police, example. Who are some of your key?
Well, police. Police is number one,
Mhm.
and EMS. The most police and EMS. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How important is teamwork and communication in your line of duty?
It's very important. It's very important because if there's something that I miss, an officer would be by the guard room as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if I miss something, that officer would let me know what I miss. And if that officer missed something and I get it, the officer will get the information what I got.
Mm-hmm. Earlier, you made mention of speaking your role as a firefighter into existence, but is it also because auxiliary workers are treated differently? In your opinion, do you think so?
Well, in my opinion, treated differently treated differently is a correct way to put it, but it's not like we're getting treated differently from the upper heads. We're getting treated differently to the original firefighters.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes, at a point in time, I think that they were disgruntled that we were coming and so on. But they actually grasped to the idea that the auxiliaries are here, they come to work, so we have to work with them. No questions asked.
Mr. Clark, let me bounce over to you real quick before I continue with Mr. Keynes. Over the period of last year, I haven't heard the conversation this year, but during last year, our conversation, it was mentioned that the fire department needed more workers. Is that still the same case for you?
Well, we are always in need of workers. We just recently had a graduation last week Thursday. I think about 15 or 16 young aspiring fire officers were are now fully pledged fire officers and are already attached to different stations throughout St. Kitts and Nevis. So we already have additional vacancies. So as Mr. Kane said, that it is always open. Just fill out the application forms, be on his best behavior, do what is needed. We have to do background checks, make sure that you play a positive role in the communities, and then once all is well, they will get a chance. But persons have been applying for maybe past 10 years. So as the chief mentioned before, he has a real stockpile of application forms in his office. So it's just for the process process of elimination. So however that goes, person will be eligible, and if they're not that lucky, they'll have to wait until maybe the next time.
Help me connect the dots, Mr. Clark. You have a group of new recruits now joining your fire services, correct?
Yes.
But you also have a group of auxiliary workers. Why was the auxiliary workers overlooked in terms of transitioning from auxiliary workers to full-time firefighters versus going out and looking for a whole new set of people?
Well, that's a very good question, but I'm not the one to answer that question. Basically, as Mr. Kane said, they were part of the task force, and they came over to do, I guess, was alert room operations, answer the phones, and direct calls. So, if they do not wish to stay an auxiliary, just by the desk answering calls, fill out the application form, be on your best behavior, do what is needed, show up for work on time, be disciplined, follow instruction, be adaptable, all of these nice things, and then they'll be accepted. But we are in the past now, because we already have 16 just passed out, and none of them were auxiliaries. They came from the streets and on the STEP program. Right? The STEP program is there to train persons, and once they meet the criteria, eventually, automatically, once they fit the bill, they will come over. But Mr. Williams will be the best person to answer that question, why auxiliaries are still auxiliaries, and STEP workers are now fire officers, and civilians are now firefighters. I'm not in a position to answer that question.
Right, fair enough. Mr. Keynes, are there any specific challenges you're facing in making that transition to become a firefighter?
Well, yes, but I don't wish to speak about it.
Okay, fine, fair enough. What skills or experiences do you think are essential to be successful in a full-time role?
Well, as Mr. Clark earlier said, you have to be respectful. Don't cause no trouble when you come to work. Be at work at time.
That's it? No more? That's it?
Be disciplined. And so, well, we have the mechanic shop there. The persons who work in the mechanic shop as fire officers as well. So there's different roles.
Okay. All right. It just gave me for a moment there. What message would you share with our audience? I mean, it's summertime right now, so maybe we might have one or two individuals thinking about, they're in the job field looking for something to do. What are your thoughts, or what would you share with them in terms of thinking about being an auxiliary worker?
Well, being an auxiliary worker is a good opportunity, especially in fire rescue services. You get to learn. You could never stop learning. Anywhere you go, you learn something. But is you have to go out and learn the right things.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't learn and just stop there. Learn to teach somebody else, or learn to go.
I bluff because it seems like I'm nagging at a point, right? So let me say this instead. How do you stay motivated, especially during tough or quiet shifts?
Well, I have a family, so I think mostly of my family. When we have a nice day, like let's say a fire call comes in, that will be a wonderful day. Because that way we know that the community knows how to be safe and what to do. That's why we have this program as well. So when we don't have a call, that's a good day for the fire and rescue department.
Fair enough.
It's a very good day. And what motivates me is my family. I get to go back home to my family. My 3 sons and my wife. So that's the motivation for me right there.
Respect, my friend. Respect. What's something the public might not know about what you do?
I think that I mentioned everything this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, we also go out and assist the fire officers where they need assistance. So that's what we do as well.
Any improvement you think could be done to the auxiliary program? And if so, what would you like to be changed about the auxiliary program?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. What I would say is that we need to be a part full-time. As full-time fire officers, we are here to assist the officers as well. So we need to be in the service full-time. That's what I have.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Mr. Clark, anything to add to that? I mean, you're looking at the program. Would you make a comment about what you think can be improved about the auxiliary program?
Well, the auxiliary program, as is mentioned, is the government auxiliary employers. That means anywhere throughout the government system, there are workers that labeled auxiliary employers. It's just that you have a batch of them who are attached to the fire and rescue services. So let's say there's another government entity or agency who has maybe a vacancy, and they might need someone to work. They can always look through the system and see where there's auxiliaries who might be able to, or might has the urge or the need to be a part of that department, and the normal letters or what's not, and the transfer can be done. So it's not like they're at the fire department that they are stick to the fire department. There are other aspects out there that they can venture into, and a person out there who wish to come in, they can do so as well. But as a semi-military organization and a disciplinary organization, we deal with, we have to ensure that persons are very much on the right path. Yes, some do say they come in good and they leave bad, but we try our best to ensure that our officers who are full-blown fire officers, that they continue to be on the right path as well. So when we have those coming in, we expect that they give them the same manners and respect. So if we want 100% discipline through the entire fire and rescue services. Those bad ones who are in, we have to weed them out. And those who are bad, who have intentions of coming in, they won't get in. Because we have to ensure that the fire and rescue services remain number one. Remember, it's not really a competition, but we have our name to be at the very high level. So we expect that persons, if you wish to come to be a member of the fire and rescue services, you have to ensure that you have good manners, discipline, respect. Otherwise, we'll have to get rid of you. Plain and simple.
That's your hallmark.
Yes.
Gentlemen, as we wrap up our conversation this morning, I want to take the time out to salute you and all auxiliary workers, for your commitment in various roles across the different departments, not just only here at the Fire and Rescue Services, right, straight across the board. So thank you for your time, Mr. Keynes.
No problem.
Any last words from you?
Well, just an encouraging word as auxiliary officers and auxiliary workers throughout the island, throughout the Federation. Just let's keep our head up. In time to come, things will get better. Just keep focusing on the good and leave the bad behind. Don't worry about what people will have to say. Tomorrow is a new day. Just keep your head up.
And I wish you all the best in your endeavors on becoming a full-time firefighter. I do hope you succeed.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Clark, the last word is for you.
Yes, GQ. In all of this aspect, we also urge person to have a little self-development. Yes, you might not have done well in school, but the opportunity is there to go to, have extra classes. We do that in the Fire Rescue Services. We have English, we have human and social biology, social studies, mathematics, conversational Spanish, that are free, of course. So, if you don't have these subjects, we're not going to limit, say, okay, you don't have any subject, you cannot come in, but we let you know while you are in, you have the avenue to educate yourself, and that we welcome that. Okay, so as a firefighters, we have a number of qualities. You must have integrity, trustworthiness, ethical, honorable. You must be a team player, collaborative, emotional control, especially under stress, flexible, adaptable, has good interpersonal skills, commitment, has a passion for the service, and is mentally and physically fit. So that is it from the St. Louis Fire Rescue Services. I am Davron Clark with my partner, Mr. David Keynes. Thank you, GQ, for having us here.
Thank you both for being here this morning. 9:53 in the studio. We're going to take a break, and then I'll be back at, I'll be back after a break, but at 10 o'clock I'll be opening the lines for a discussion this morning. What are your thoughts on the ticketing system as it relates to truck drivers being ticketed $100 for not complying versus $500 for giving someone with a child a ride and not having a car seat for them? Do you think this law needs to be amended? Stay tuned. We're going to open the lines and we'll hear from you. It's the morning show. We'll be back right after this.
It's the morning show.
This message brought to you by ZIZ and the Fire Department of St. Kitts and Nevis.
I am Woman Fire Officer Mavis White Archibald with your safety tip for today. Install smoke alarms on every level of your home.